talking about, we were talking about the reading pen too, and it's a little bit temperamental. We have found that out. You have to just scan it the right way. Kids do much better with it than we do for some reason. Mm-hmm. And they use it. We'll have pictures coming up. We've got students that are working on, I think, one was reading Julius Caesar, one was just reading a book for his AR points, so they kind of keep the pen beside them. If they come to a word they don't know, they use it. If they come to a word that they don't know the meaning of, it will also give the definition of the word. And it will read the definition, but it reads it one word at a time. So
yeah, and we're constantly having kids asking like, oh, what is this word? Help me with this one. And then we're hoping this will make them more independent because they're in charge and they can control what they're doing there.
And then we hope eventually that they'll go out, take the pen, take it to class. Now this is the Livescribe Sky Wi-Fi pen, and what you do is you can write notes. We mainly targeted for classes that we're not in, like our science and our social studies, and so we have geography, chapter 4, vocabulary, and you can write it, then you can read them, and they can access it from their school email. We can send it to their school email. They can pull up their email. They can do it from their phone or their personal computer, put their headphones in, and they can study at home just by listening to me or Miss Adkins reading everything for them.
Yeah, they will see on their screens the page just like this. So they can sit down with the books, or they can...
Natural resource. An element from the earth that can be used for food, fuel, or other necessities.
So here we have students. This is one of the first one. He loves everything technology. So he's learning to use the pen. Well, he did so well with it that we just kind of turned him loose, and he worked with another student. And so they were sitting there just working with it and really liked it. They were doing great with it. Once they learned how to use the pen, the next step was, these are some 7th graders. So we found out high schoolers know their school email account, 7th grade does not. So we had to teach, we had to get their school emails for them. We had to set them up the Evernote account. And then this student is working on pulling it up from her school email. So she's studying from her school email. This student is using her phone because we're teaching her how she can access everything at home.
Okay, we did some pre-post testing with them, and this was over just a couple-day period. I did a pre-test on the geography chapter words. You can see on the left, that was just the word reading, and we have one student that went from 23 words recognized to 100% by 2 days later, just by practicing and playing with this. The second one was on word meanings, and I would read definitions. They would have to pick out the words, and they did really, really well with that.
So we can see the data supports that it is a useful tool. But with everything the kids have it, so we wanted you to be able to hear. We didn't bring any with us today, but we kind of did. If everything will work. Oh, turn it on.
No, it's this thing.
No, I don't have my pen on either. Okay. Let's see if we're ready.
If I record notes in my voice, I will listen more and learn more.
So we had let all the students write down. They used the pen. They wrote down what they liked about it, and then we let them record to practice playing. So here we have another guy.
I learn better when I listen to things.
So we have several little pages at the end. You want to come up and look at it, you can. And the barriers to implementation is, of course, time. You had to set up all their Evernote accounts. You had to teach them their school emails. You had to stay one step ahead, getting the vocabulary prepped and ready for them. And that's in addition to preparing for meetings. We do special ed. We've always got tons of paperwork. We're trying to progress monitor. And so, yes, there were days when we looked like this. It sounded like it was a great plan, and we would think we had those 10, 20 minutes that we could really get working on it. And a lady and I were talking, we're a very small school system, but because we're small, we're also not staffed like other schools. So you think you've got those few minutes, and here will come a student in from another class, and you just got to put this to the side and start working with them. So it's definitely a time issue.
We pretty much look like that at the end of every day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking ahead, what we want to be able to do for the next year is to have materials prepared ahead of time. If we could just get vocabulary words. And we also want to be able to use this more in a collaborative setting, just going into classrooms when you take notes, then being able to add annotations to that. Just, you don't have to record words or write. You don't have to be writing all the time that you're recording. You can just get it started on the page and record, so we can do explanations and paraphrasing of the content. And we want to be able to, have the kids say, take this out to them in another class, or try using it at home when they can.
A lot of it, we hope it's the building process. So this year, we've got several sets of vocabulary already put in. Next year, we shouldn't have to do that again. We'll just have to keep building, and eventually we will already have everything. Just send it to their email, and then they can access it all. So that's what our plan is.
Just getting started.